Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
Today we are using Epiphone.
Epiphone.
Which, as you can tell, is at least a 4th fret grip type guitar.
Just about. Now, in a world that has been dominated for many years by the behemoth starter pack manufacturer Squier, who make amazing strap style starter packs that are super affordable, and although there are other lesser well known brands that also make good starter packs, the big guys, Gibson, aka Epiphone on the cheaper stuff, the big guys haven't really nailed the whole starter pack thing historically until now.
Well, have they? Let's find out.
Well, let's find out. So, check these bad boys out. Rob is holding the Pro 1 Explorer, and I'm holding the Pro 1 Les Paul Jr. They are mahogany bodies with bolt-on necks, rosewood boards, bolt-on neck. If you don't know what that means that the guitar is screwed to the body rather than on the proper Gibson models where they're glued in. Single humbucker, tunematic tailpiece and bridge, proper stuff. Reduced size body, obviously really aimed at making it super comfortable for
beginners. I had a reduced size body, really.
And here comes the cool stuff. So they're strung. Tell them about the strings, Rob.
Well, they have 8s on them,
which are a lighter gauge than you would normally get on a guitar, because
but they are the same
normal
scale. Yeah, normal scale length. And it's because it's for beginners and people that haven't developed calluses and aren't particularly strong yet.
Lighter strings, easier to play.
Yeah. Now I love 8s, and actually I use 8s at home on one of my Scallop fretboards.
Here's what you can't normally do on a guitar with heavier strings.
I wonder how far I can bend.
Go on, how far can you bend?
Let us find out.
What is that, like a 5 semitone bend?
It's a 4th.
A 4th?
Yeah, we bent a 4th.
Anyway.
We're bent to the next string.
Super cool stuff. Normally with starter packs, if you're lucky, you get a separate tuner.
Yes.
If you're unlucky, you don't get a tuner, and
you're double lucky because you get one built in, and you press a little button, and there it is.
Are you closing up cam on that? I love it. So what happens if you hit a string, Rob?
I've got to turn the volume up, otherwise it wouldn't work. It's down so you can hear what I'm saying. It's really bright actually. Got to say, it's green if it's in, it's red if it's flat, it's blue if it's sharp. I think is what it was. Hello. And this was green, so
and it's
I'm good.
Full chromatic, isn't it, as well?
Yes.
So it'll do alternate tunings, drop tunings, things like that.
Performance is their passionly, and that stands true because the guitar does play really well. I mean, I have to say, and I'm being an honest guy, there are some issues. The fretboard is a little bit tiny bit kind of grippy sometimes. The nut isn't 100% cut really well. So down at the headstock you get a couple of intonation issues, but I mean it plays. I could go on for hours.
Let's be honest with you, the fact that is straight out the box and you can do all that, I think
it's a testament to how good Epiphone are.
There is other cool stuff. Comes with a gig bag. Obviously this gig bag is designed to be the shape of Rob's guitar. If you buy this guitar you get one that's this shape. You get a nice Epiphone guitar strap and a decent quality, and it is reasonably decent quality, isn't it? You get a guitar cable. You get super cool. This is super cool. To help you learn to play, you get a free download key. I'm going to obscure the key on this one so no one can steal this one. You get a download key for Rocksmith, which if you're not familiar with Rocksmith, is a sort of a combination game stroke tutorial for the guitar. that you can download onto your PC or Mac. So this isn't the Xbox PlayStation version.
No, and we should also say that it's no substitute for lessons from a really good private guitar tutor.
No, every day I would 100% agree with that. But of course, you know, this you get the cable that you need with the USB socket on one end and the guitar lead on the other. And if you're not familiar with Rocksmith, unlike perhaps you might be familiar with Guitar Hero, which was the old-fashioned one where you had like a plastic guitar and buttons on it that you press. Rocksmith, you actually plug your normal guitar in and it will track, you know, what you're playing. And as I said, you can play that in like game mode or tutorial mode.
You know what, I reckon they're better off necking coffee, playing Diablo and just shredding in front of the TV.
Yeah, computer games should be
TV EastEnders and Ski Sunday. Remember when you watched Ski Sunday?
So, there's really nothing bad to say about these packs, except you don't get one of these amplifiers.
No, you don't.
You get one of these.
Hold it like this.
Work it. Work it.
I was like,
Hang on. Here's the ultimate one. Well, obviously they can't be used for anything. Count me in.
okay, 1, 2, 3.
Now, as you may have guessed there, Rob and I are using distortion pedals just to try and give us extra gain. If we didn't have them, they sound pretty simple. That's without. That's with.
Here's mine.
We just thought we'd do that to give ourselves a bit of extra sustain and stuff. But so clearly, here's the drawback. Here's the weak link in the chain of this starter pack.
They're not very good.
Yes, they are little battery-powered plastic amps with speakers in that are probably no bigger than someone's eyeball. And they've got a guitar input, an MP3 input, and a headphone socket on it. So
You know what? It's a bit of a shame because this guitar, I'm not even kidding you, is a good guitar, and the pickup sounds great.
I personally,
and it plays good.
I think Epiphone have got it completely right. In that the very first thing that anybody who buys a starter pack does is upgrade the amplifier. You know, this is priced to be as affordable as possible. You've got the Rocksmith thing, which is cool. The guitar is cool. The guitar will last. There's no problem with that. And all you got to do is you play this for 6 months. You convince your mum and dad that you're serious about this, and it's not just like a 5-minute wonder.
If my kid played through that for 6 months, he would get the back of my hand so fast. I just think they could have just put the price at 20 quid and just made the amp just a little, bit better.
You say that. I mean, the difference in sound between an amp that's say 20 or 30 quid and an amp that's 50 quid is still, it's just different levels of rubbish sound. It's, you've got to go to about £100 before you get an amp that starts to sound good.
It's just a shame. It's just a shame.
I disagree. I completely get what they've done, and I completely think that parents will find this as a super affordable way to find out if their kids want to get into the guitar or not. And then 6 months or a year down the line or whenever, or maybe sooner. I mean, if they become like a little virtuoso, and 3 months down the line you're thinking, wow, they're really into it.
Just it's a good job that the guitar lead that comes with is lightweight, because otherwise it can almost pull over the amplifier.
Well, you've got this cool little handle on it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what? It's funny because in the press shot of these, it's a completely misleading picture because the guitar's like back here and the amplifier must be really near the camera because the amp looks massive in the press shot. So when we saw it, we were a bit like, okay. But I get it. I totally get it. You've got a gain, a volume, and a tone control on the
It's
front.
more like just a fun extra thing. That's what it is.
I agree. Battery powered, so you can take it anywhere with you.
Oh.
Your main thing, I have a feeling, and don't quote me on this, but I have a feeling that Rocksmith has, like basic amp sim stuff in
Well,
there.
that's cool.
So I think you do.
That's good.
Play that. I might be wrong there.
I mean, you would be, in my opinion, you would be better off downloading maybe Bias, plugging into a computer, using that.
But that's a great shout.
Yeah.
I mean, Bias for your iPhone now is like a $20
absolutely.
thing, isn't it?
If I was a beginner, getting something like this, that's what I would do. The guitar's really good.
Guitar's really good. So I've got to give this bearing in mind this is now, this is going to be probably one of the most affordable kind of starter packs that you can buy. It sells for about £220, $220, $230. Certainly the only one that I've seen where you can get a really cool Explorer with it. Oh wait, we should tell you 3 different colours in each, which our wonderful editor Rory will put across the screen now. But yeah, basically silver burst, sunburst, or white. Are we going back to the big amps?
No, I just want to show.
You're going for a press shot, are you? Look at that. He's such a hunk of man.
I'd rock this. It's a good guitar.
No, it's
but it
cool.
did give me an idea that Lee and I spoke about, which is I think.
Yeah.
If I was sort of thinking, if I had to put together a starter kit, what would it be if I had like 350 quid?
Well, Rob and I were sort of saying, I think this is, in my personal experience, unless you're going to go down the second-hand route, and there'll always be an argument that, buying your first guitar is good. And they've always been challenges that are very difficult for Rob and I to really do because the second-hand gear that's flying through Andertons, we have stuff and it sells the next day, and then, so I think you just got to. There's definitely some customers who are comfortable buying secondhand, and there are other customers who aren't comfortable buying secondhand or whatever. But there is absolutely a place. There's a great used section on the Andertons website. Go and have a look. But I sometimes wonder if for a beginner, they just want the peace of mind that they're buying something new that's not messed up and tampered with. So what Rob and I agree with is that the starter packs completely rule from a value point of view. Yeah. So whether it's Epiphone or Squire, or there are other brands as well, you really can't put together a better value pack than you get in those. But where you can have some fun is, what if you had like £100 more?
Yeah, what would you do?
So what if your mum and dad, or if you are the mum and dad, what if you said, I don't mind going to that sort of $350 mark rather than say the $250 mark.
So I said to Lee, let's do the starter pack challenge next time I'm down, and he and I will go shopping in Andertons and pick out an amp and a guitar for around 350-ish.
And we'll just see, what does that extra £100 buy you? And I suppose what we ought to do is, we've got to buy all the bits. So if we want a gig bag or a stand or a lead, we've got to buy everything.
That came with a lead.
Came with a lead and a gig bag and a strap.
Well, most guitars would come with a little gig bag, wouldn't they?
No, apart from the packs, that's pretty much nothing comes with a gig bag.
We'll find out then.
Yeah. So anyway, look, that's another video. But for now, I think we should celebratorily rock out on the big amps again. Or should we rock out on the little amps?
Do you mind if I have a little go on yours?
Not in the least. No, I'm more than happy to
I know you bonded with it.
I have bonded with it. Battery compartment on the back of the guitars, in case you're wondering, is because the tuner in the pickup surround needs a battery. We're going big amps.
Yeah, mate.
if you're interested in obtaining one of these wonderful packs or would just like to find out more about them, I will put a link in the description below to where you can find out more.
Ugh.
Au revoir, baby.